morning. Good morning, Tracy. Just let everybody know I'm live. Hi everyone, hope you had a lovely bank holiday Monday. So let me know if you can hear me okay. Just a little sound check. It's beautiful, beautiful sunny morning. Good morning, Sue. Hi, Sue. Who else is here? Gonna wait just a couple of minutes, see if everyone who wants to join us hops on, and then we'll begin. Great. So today you need some blocks, strap only if you use them for your forward folds. Nothing unusual in the practice today. It's just that we're doing it nice and early in the morning to get it done, and it's the earlier the better really, so hopefully you enjoy getting up a little bit earlier and doing your yoga earlier. I'll wait 2 minutes and then we'll start. So make sure you got everything you need. There is a headstand, so if you want to do headstand against the wall, is there anything else I can think of in my sequence that I've written? Is there a handstand? No, just headstand today. Yeah, just need your blocks. No handstands today. Maybe we'll do that another day. So 1 more minute and then we'll begin. So Jane says she can't see me. Let's see if I can send a link. How did I do that last time? Can't remember how I did that. So share. I don't think I can do it whilst I'm on though. No, I don't think I can. Shareable link, see if I can find that. Good morning, Irina. I think I have to do it from my phone. Let me see quickly if I can do it from here. Here we go. So go to my, should go do. Here we are. Share. WhatsApp. Amazing. Yoga Fit time together. Here we go. Send. Okay. Oh. Right. She's in anyway. Great. So let's begin, everybody. Okay, super. Right. So 6 people so far. Let me just I think everything's on, everything's okay. You can see me, you can hear me, so we're good to go. Okay, everybody. So starting in a comfortable cross-legged seated position, Sukhasana. You can take your bolster or a cushion or one of your blocks and place that underneath the bottom if you feel that's more comfortable for you. So taking a comfortable seat. So just closing the eyes and notice yourself in the body, in mind and spirit arriving on your mat. So bringing yourself into the present moment. Let's just take our hands to rest one on top of the other. So this balances out the male and female components in our energy, in our nadis in the body. So we have male and female flowing down through the body. So this balances them out. So take your focus and attention now to the breath. Taking a nice deep breath in. And then release the breath fully. Release the breath as far as you can. And then take a pause at the bottom of the breath. And then notice the fresh new air flooding into the lungs. Exhale fully. Take a pause. Hold. And fill the lungs, noticing the breath flooding in through the nose, down the throat, into the chest. Now take your attention to the sensation of the breath. Where do you feel the breath more presently? The most strong sensation? Is it at the tip of the nose? That space between the upper lip and the nostrils? Do you feel the breath in the back of the throat? Maybe how the chest expands and rises, or the belly rises. But wherever you feel the breath strongest, take your attention there and use that space, that place, as your anchor. So that if thoughts, which they may, try to nudge their way into your attention, into your space, use the breath and that space, that particular sensation space that you feel strongly, take yourself back there. So using that as your safe harbor. And don't worry if thoughts come into the mind and try to distract you. Take the position of the observer and just observe the thoughts are coming in. And make the conscious decision not to follow the thoughts, not to follow the train of thoughts. Because often we can get carried away, one thought after the other, after another, after another. It's natural. We like to plan, map, reminisce, predict, solve, resolve. But keep your focus on the breath. Come back to the breath. Just frame any thoughts, observing them. And just allow space around the thought for your breath. So sitting nice and tall, feel the shoulders stacked above the hips. Maybe just gently allowing the shoulders to fall away from the ears. Feel the chest, the sternum, the collarbones open. And start to engage your core. So beginning at the very base of the core, the perineum, the pelvic floor. Let's begin to engage Mula Bandha. Little squeeze and lift there. And then maybe a gentle draw in of the navel towards the spine. Uddiyana Bandha. Waking up those core base muscles. Holding the energy in the body. Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi pranayama. Breathing deeply into the back of the throat, swirling the air, energizing the breath. Just imagine your breath coming in through the nose, filtering, warming, and then energizing in the back of the throat. Making that whispering oceanic sound. Can be gentle, can be loud. Your breath, your Ujjayi breath. And then, before we begin to move with our bodies, synchronizing our breath with our movements, let's take this peaceful, quiet moment, a still moment, to set a positive resolve or intention. So make that resolve, that sankalpa, definite and strong. Anchoring that into this present moment too. Really envisage that sankalpa, that resolve, intention happening now. Picture it strongly in the mind's eye, with lots of detail, light and colour, so really see it in your mind. And repeat it 3 times to that inner mind's eye, quietly and gently. 3 times. In the present tense, so I am. Slowly opening up the eyes now. Let's begin with moving. So we're going to take 100 little yogic bicycles. So gently now rolling down onto your backs. So just using the hands behind the knees, roll yourself down nice and gently. Going to push the lower back into the floor, bringing the legs up. Shins parallel to the earth. Take your hands either side of the temples or gently behind the back of the neck. Going to engage into the core and start to push the legs away one at a time. And then start to twist. I want you to breathe with every movement. So I'm going to count us. We're going to do 100. Keep going. Speeding up. Halfway. Squeeze into the belly. Keep going. 30 to go. Last 20. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the belly. Legs to the belly. Thighs to the chest. Knees towards the armpits. Hug it in. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. And then taking the arms wide, bring those legs back to a 90-degree angle shape. Take a big breath in. You drop your knees to the side. Keep the shoulders glued to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale to the side. Keep the legs together. Exhale, center. Inhale, side. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going in your own time. I'm going to do another 10. Squeeze as you lift. Last 2. Hug in. Belly to thighs. Bring those knees in. And then draw the nose up to your knees. Creating a nice tight ball. Forehead to knees. And then a little rock and roll on the back. And coming up to standing. Nice and slowly, don't rush. Nice and slowly. Have your blocks ready for when we take our Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So coming to stand at the top of your mat in Tadasana, mountain pose, in preparation for our sun salutations. So noticing the feet, rooting the feet to the earth, lifting the toes completely, and then reconnecting them with the floor, with your mat. So nice space between the toes. Lift the inner arches of the feet, start to engage the thighs. Feel the kneecaps lift. Tuck and tilt if you need to, that pelvis, just to check you're not overarching the lower back. Roll the shoulders back and down. Open the chest, sternum, collarbones. Slide the shoulders away from the ears and a little bit towards each other, the shoulder blades tuck. Then opening the arms, feel the energy flow to the fingertips. And staying here, imagine someone is taking a thread from the top of your head and pulling it up to the ceiling, up to the sky. Feel that beautiful length in the body, standing tall. Draw your chin ever so gently towards your chest. Feel a little bit extra length in the back of the neck. So tucking it in slightly and down. Spend this moment here just for a moment, closing the eyes. So standing steadily, visualizing the rising sun within you. See that sun, golden and bright, shades of orange and yellow. And become aware of that energy, that beautiful, fresh new energy of the rising sun. The sun, the source of light, warmth, and vitality. Be fully aware of that sun as a symbol of the emerging new spiritual consciousness within you. So feel the rising sun, feel the spirit rise within you. Your energy connecting you with everything in the universe. So feeling that beautiful energy of the sun glowing and shining on you. Taking a nice deep breath in, take your arms wide, lift them up to the sky, reaching up. Look to your thumbs, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale fully as you fold over the legs, bend the knees, drop the head, hands to the floor. Taking a halfway lift, take your shins, hands to shins, flat back, gaze forwards. Exhale, drop the hands to the floor, plant them fully and step the feet back into a plank. Hold it here. Nice and strong. We're going to take a couple of breaths. Squeeze into the thighs, push into the heels of the hands, dome the space between the shoulder blades. Now drop the knees and tuck the toes. Exhale, peel and lower yourself down to the floor, knees, chest, chin. Taking a breath in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, look up into a mini cobra. Exhale through tabletop, tuck the toes, and then lifting the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog, just pedaling out the legs. So waking up the backs of the legs, the Achilles, the calves, the backs of the knees. Squeeze and lift navel to spine. Just check you have softness in the shoulders, softness in the elbows, not locking out any joints. Taking a drishti towards your navel, chin to chest, navel to spine. Feel the flow of the breath in and out. Then taking a little bend in the knees, look to your hands. Exhale, stepping up to the top of the mat, bring the feet together. Taking a half lift, inhaling, gaze forwards, flat back. Exhale, fold deeply over the legs, but still have some bend in the knees. Root the feet as you breathe in, squeeze into the thighs, looking up to your hands into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan diving all the way down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to floor, hands to shins, your choice. Then planting the hands, hold the breath as you step yourself back into your plank. Then exhaling, knees, chest, chin. Inhale for that mini cobra. Exhale through Bidhilasana and tuck the toes downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Find the flow of the breath nice and steady. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards to the top of the mat. Exhale, step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze forwards. Exhale, deeply fold over the legs. Feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. Root the feet, squeeze the thighs as you lift all the way up to Urdhva Hastasana. Gaze at thumbs, little micro back bend here. Exhale, flowing, folding down. Plant the hands, drop the head. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Hold the breath as you plant the hands, step or jump into your plank. Taking Chaturanga Dandasana if you feel ready, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale for a full upward facing dog or staying with your mini cobra. Exhale, driving your hips back, taking the navel to spine, into your downward facing dog, chin to chest, drishti to navel, heels down towards your mat, but they don't have to touch. Breath in, bending the knees, looking to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or jump lightly up to your hands. Breath in, halfway lift, scoop the belly. Exhale, forward fold deeply. Inhale, rooting the feet, spread the wings wide as you lift them up to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana, that little micro back bend. Hips go forwards, arms go back. Hands through center to heart. And back to your Tadasana, mountain pose. Taking a big step back with your left foot. Taking Ashta Chandrasana, so you're on the heel of the back foot. So the feet a little bit apart, so they're not lining up centrally, hip distance. Big breath in, reaching the arms to the sky, looking up. You can have your hands shoulder width apart or bring the palms of the hands together, depending how your shoulders feel. Sinking into the hips, bending into that front leg. And then very carefully taking your left elbow across your right knee. Bringing the hand alongside the ankle and then taking the right arm over into the angle overhead. So twisting to the side, reaching away. So driving into that back heel, that back foot. 2 more breaths. Then windmilling the right arm overhead, frame the front foot, step the right foot back, taking a little vinyasa, so exhale, lowering down, chaturanga or knees gesture. Inhale, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, exhale. Just stepping the left foot forwards now, and coming up into your Asha Chandrasana from there. So you're on the ball of the back foot, the heel is lifted at the back. Inhaling, lifting the arms up to the sky, look up to your thumbs, drishti to thumbs, or hands separate, your choice. Feel the flow of the breath, sinking to the hips a little bit more. Big breath in, bringing the right arm across to the outside of the left leg. Reaching the left hand overhead. So driving into that back leg, the heel, reaching the left fingertips away. Squeeze and lift into the belly. One more big breath in. Windmill that left arm overhead, frame the front foot, step it back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale to take the hips back. Big breath in, bend the knees, step or jump lightly to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root the feet, squeeze the thighs, lifting up into Uttahastasana, sorry. Then exhale, hands to your sides. Mountain pose. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend the knees. Sink the hips back in space. Reach the arms up. You're in chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, halfway lift, hands to shins or fingertips to the floor. Plant the hands, hold the breath now as you step or jump back into your plank. Taking your choice to exhale down. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, or staying with Cobra, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, three-legged dog, right side. Don't twist in the hips, so we're not opening the hips to the side, keeping the hips facing down. Then weight comes forwards, bring the right knee into chest. Touch the nose with the knee. Lightly stepping the right foot forwards, drop the back heel. Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. Looking up. Big breath in. Frame the front foot. Stepping into plank. Then exhale, lower, your choice. Nice and strong. Elbows tucked close to the body. Breath in for that upward facing dog. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open the chest, look up. Exhale, squeeze, lift. Navel to spine, transitioning into downward facing dog. Breath in, three-legged dog, left side. Keep the hips facing down. Weight comes forward, so lifting onto the tippy toes of that right foot. Bring that knee to chest, touch the nose, then step it forwards. Drop the back heel. Breathing in, Warrior One. Virabhadrasana. Look up to your hands. Frame the front foot. Exhale. Inhale, plank. Then exhale, lower. Breath in for your upward facing dog. Sticking with Cobra, your choice. Exhale, drive the hips back. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, step or jump lightly to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Into chair, inhale. Then rising up with the hands. Exhale, hands back by your sides. Inhale, chair. Forward fold, exhale. Breath in, halfway lift. Gaze forward, scoop the belly. Exhale, hold. And lower down, your choice. Breath in, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Let's open the hips this time as we kick the right leg to the sky. Kick towards that left buttock. Look under your left armpit. Breath to center. Knee to chest, step it forwards. Drop the back heel, warrior one. Flowing forwards, exhale, frame the front foot, inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Breathing in, upward facing dog. Open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, drive the hips back. Breath in, three-legged dog. Then opening the chest. So opening the hips to the side. Heel towards that right buttock. Look under the left arm, the right armpit. Inhale, center. Knee to chest. Step it lightly forwards between the hands. Drop the back heel. Breathing in for your warrior one. You're on your left side, looking up to your hands. Frame that front foot. Step the front foot back. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, bend the knees. Jump or step forwards. Breath in, halfway lift. Folding deeply over the legs. Exhale. Root the feet. Slide the hips back in space. Follow the hands with the gaze into Utkatasana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms to your sides. Last time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, deeply fold forwards. Breath in, halfway lift, gaze forwards. Plant the hands, hold the breath as you step or jump back with control, lowering down. Breath in, upward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Stepping the right foot forwards into Virabhadrasana, one breath. Frame the front foot, exhale. Step it back, inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping the left foot forwards, drop the back heel. Breath in, warrior one. Just one breath. Frame the front foot, exhale. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower. Breath in, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Hold it here. Checking in with the breath. Ujjayi sounding breath. Strong and continuous. Whispering oceanic. Let's all take a nice deep breath in. Fill the lungs completely. Open the mouth and sigh the breath out. Big breath in, another one. Open the mouth, sigh the breath out. Last time with a lion's breath, sticking the tongue out too. Releasing and letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. On your next breath in, little bend in the knees, gaze forwards, exhale, step or jump lightly to the top. Breath in, halfway lift, scoop the belly. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale into chair. Staying here in your Utkatasana. Bring the legs together, glue the legs towards each other as much as you can as we come into Padavarita Utkatasana. So bring your hand to your heart center. Taking a twist to the right. Legs stay the same. Nothing happens in the legs. Everything happens in the body, in the torso. So keep those legs the same. The knees don't twist. Then open your wings if you can to the side. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Looking up to your top hand. Squeeze into the belly. Big breath into center. Exhale over to the left. So setting yourself up first so you get that lovely twist to the side, stacking the hands one on top of the other, and then opening up your wings. Looking up to your top hand if that's available. 2 more breaths. Inhale, coming back to center. Rising up into Utkatasana. Then all the way up into Urdhva Hastasana. Sending those hips back, forwards, arms back, a little back bend. Hands to Samastitihi. Hands by the side. Taking a big breath in, stepping the left foot back, coming into warrior two. Front heel lines up with back inner arch. Breathing in, reaching up, and exhale, bending generously into your right leg. So sinking into the hips. Arms reach wide. Fingertip to fingertip, extending as far apart as possible. Reaching away, soften the shoulders. Face, jaw. Taking tension out there. Sink a bit lower. And then forearm to right thigh. Reaching overhead to Utthita Parsvakonasana. Reach away. And then reaching the arms parallel. Sink a little lower into those hips. You've got this. Hold it there. And then straightening your front leg into Trikonasana. So arms 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Opening the chest to the side. Imagine you're between two planes of glass. Looking up to your top hand. Scoop and lift into the belly. Bring that right hand to heart center. Lift in the side obliques. Big breath in, looking down to your right foot. Your blocks are there, hopefully at the front. Going to bring your weight forwards into your right leg. Lift yourself up. Have your right hand and your right block. I'm going to step back a little bit into the middle of the mat. So you're lifting your left leg and your left arm. Opening the chest to the side. If you want to bind the foot, grabbing hold of the left foot with the left hand. Lifting the gaze to the sky. Big breath in, look down to your right foot. Step the right foot down. And then switching sides, bring the left foot forwards, the right foot back. So I'm going to turn around the other side so I'm not facing away from you. Have that block ready for the left, to the left of your mat. So lining the feet up, checking the lined up centrally, front heel, back inner arch. Nice and wide. Big breath in, reaching up, and then exhale into your warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Sinking into the hips. Checking that front knee hasn't oversailed the ankle. Check you can see your front big toes. Reaching fingertips away. Sink a little lower. Exhaling. Soften the face, neck and jaw. Maybe a little smile in the corner of the lips. Then your extended side angle. Reaching the right arm overhead. A lovely diagonal with the arm and leg. Holding something precious in your left hand. Looking up to your top hand. Open the chest to the side. Maybe bringing a left hand down a bit lower on this side. And then reaching the arms parallel with each other. Hold it here. Lowering the left hand down, straightening the left leg. Keep that chest spinning open to the side. Tuck. Make sure you're not sticking your bottom out. Open the arms 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Don't dump down into that left hand. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. So squeeze into here. Squeeze into the hips. Lifting the left hand to heart center. So lifting in the side body. Keep looking up to your top hand. Big breath in, look down to your front left foot. Left hand goes onto your block or down to the floor, your choice. Bringing that weight into the left foot. Lifting the right leg up to parallel to the earth, no higher than hip height. Opening the chest to the side. Binding the foot if you want, so taking hold of the right foot. Lifting the gaze. 2 more breaths. Big breath in, look down to your front foot with control. Stepping that back foot down, right foot down. Coming to stand wide-legged, Parasarita stance to the side. Taking the hands to the hips so the outer feet are parallel with each other. Clasp the hands behind the back, open the chest. Looking up. Big breath in, lift and lengthen. And then hinging from the hip creases. Bringing the head down towards the floor, lifting the arms overhead. Bringing the weight forwards a little bit more into the toes. Reaching the crown of the head to the earth. Reaching the arms a little higher up and over. Hold it here for another 2 breaths. Very slowly, taking a nice deep breath in. Pushing into the feet, squeeze into the thighs. Bring your body up in one controlled movement. Looking to the front of your mat. Stepping your feet together. Taking your left foot back. Your right foot stays forwards. Come into pyramid pose. So your left foot is at a 45-degree angle and your right foot's facing the top of your mat. Check your hips point forwards. Just check that first. Choosing 2 options, clasping opposite elbows. Taking the hands into reverse prayer. If you're taking reverse prayer, open the chest, open the sternum, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, taking that lift and lengthen, looking up to the sky. Exhale, hinging from the hip creases over the right leg. Parsvottanasana. So, squeezing the hips towards one another. Sending the left hip forward, right hip back. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Drishti to the front big toe. Check those shoulders haven't rolled towards the ears. Send the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the elbows lifted. 2 breaths. From here, coming halfway up, inhale. Release the bind of the arms. Taking the left hand to the outside of the right foot or onto your block. As we take a revolved triangle, Parivrita Trikonasana. So you're taking your right hand on your right hip, start to spin and open the chest to the right. Squeeze and lift. And reaching the right arm up to the sky. Squeeze and lift into Uddiyana Bandha. Squeeze the thighs towards each other, hips together. To your top hand with your drishti. One more big breath in. Exhale, looking down to your front foot. And bring yourself all the way up and across to the other side. So stepping your left foot forward, your right foot back. Coming into pyramid the other side. I'm going to turn onto the other side so I can still face. Left foot forward, right foot back. Choosing the bind of the arms, opposite elbows, or reverse prayer, your choice. Hips drive forwards. So the feet are hip distance apart. Don't forget that bit. Lift and lengthen on the breath in, looking up. Exhale, squeeze the hips towards each other, control. And squeeze the thighs towards each other, stability. Lift and lengthen over that left leg. Shoulders away from the ears. Lift into the elbows, squeeze and lift into the belly. Left hip back, right hip forwards and towards each other with the thighs. Big breath in, halfway. Arms to the side. Right hand goes across left foot. Onto the floor, onto the ankle, onto your block, your choice. Left hand onto your left hip. Spinning and opening the chest to the side. Squeeze the thighs, really squeeze them towards each other now. Lift into the tummy. Then lifting the left hand to the sky, revolving your triangle. You can keep your left hand on your hip. That's okay, you don't have to lift the arm up. Lift your gaze to the sky or to the hand. 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Exhale, looking down. Taking yourself, spinning the feet so that you're in a wide-legged prasarita, or your hand to the floor, your choice. So 2 options. So left hand to the floor, reaching the right hand up. We're going to twist, lift, and look up to the top hand. Two more breaths, in and out. Exhale. Plant the right hand down to center. Left hand lifts to the sky. Looking up to your top hand. And now taking the left hand to the outside of the right foot. Twisting a little bit more. Looking up. 2 more breaths. Taking the right hand to outside the left foot. Same thing, twisting, lifting, looking up. One more big breath in, looking down, placing the hands down onto the floor. Heel toe the feet a little bit closer together, hands to the hips, lifting up, looking to the front of your mat, step your feet together. Big breath in, we're going to Vinyasa. Looking up to your hands, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, deeply forward fold over the legs. Breath in, halfway lift, gaze forward, scoop the belly, plant the hand, step or jump back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hips drive back. Right leg lifts on the right side. So left leg back, right leg forwards, looking up to the top hand. Looking up, hands together or arms apart. It's up to you, depends on how your shoulders feel. And then checking on that twist. Bring the left elbow across the right knee. Bring the hand down by the ankle, reaching overhead. So we still have the back heel lifted. Hold it here. And then dropping the back heel. So take the left heel and drop it down. And now see the difference, how that feels. It's a little bit more challenging. Definitely into the hips. Hold it here. And then reaching the hands down, placing either side of the front foot to frame it. Step the right foot back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hips drive back. Stepping the left foot forwards now between the hands, coming into Ashta Chandrasana on the left side. So left leg forwards, right foot back. Inhale to look up to the hands. Hands together, hands separate, your choice. Sink into the hips. Then bringing the right hand across to the outside of the left leg. Reaching overhead, alongside the head. Still have the heel at the back lifted. Ooh, look to the camera, lost my balance then. Hold it here. Now drop the back heel. Carefully drop the back heel and feel the change that happens when you drop the back heel, because the hips have to change. Hold it here. Much more of a twist in hips. Keep reaching forwards. 2 more breaths. Lowering the hands, frame the front foot. Step the front foot back. Lower it down, exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drive the hips back. But now drop the knees into Balasana, child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Open the shoulders. Roll the shoulders forward, space between the shoulder blades. And coming up into all fours. Stacking the hips over the knees. Going to thread the needle. Going to reach the right hand up to the sky. So taking a lovely twist, looking up. Then threading the needle underneath the left side. Checking that space. So landing onto that space in the shoulder, onto the side of the head. So a couple of options here. If you plan to bind the foot, you really need to root the arm, shoulder, and side of the head very, very securely to the mat. Squeeze and lift into the belly, really engage. So you're not like a right angle position. If you plan to bind, extend the left leg. Moving slowly with care. Take it easy. So really use that right outstretched hand, use the belly. Keep the chest open to the side. Two more breaths. Slowly release the leg down. Plant the left hand. Bring yourself back into tabletop Vinyasa. Inhale, reaching left hand to sky. Setting yourself onto the other side now. Reaching that left hand across, palm facing up. So find that space for the shoulder, side of the head. Keeping the hips stacked high over the knees. So option to reach. Walk that right hand forwards. So that right angle shape with the arms. If you want to bind, extend the right leg back. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Create that stable core before you lift the leg. And reach for it with the right arm. Open the chest to the side. Two more breaths. If you roll over, don't worry. It happens to everybody. Then release the foot nice and slowly with control. Slide that right hand back if you had it at that T shape. Then pushing into the right hand, coming back into tabletop. Sending the hips now forwards to the mat. Bring the legs together. So pushing into the hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Drive the hips down towards the mat. Looking up. Two more breaths. Open the chest a little. Drive the hips down a little bit more. And sending the hips up. Coming back through tabletop onto the knees for our camel. Taking the hands onto the back, lower back, onto the sacrum. Knees hip distance apart. We're going to push the hips forwards. Open the chest. Looking up. Big breath in. And then having a little go. If you want, bringing one hand down at a time, or both hands together onto the heels. If you can't reach the heels, place a block on each heel. Or either side of the feet. So you can drive your hands into something if you want to bring the hands back. If you reach into the heels, drive the hips back forward. So they come back, drive them forwards. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest, look up. Bring the hands to the thighs. 2 breaths. Exhale, coming into rabbit. So slowly bringing the head down towards the knees. Lift the hips back up and have the hands onto the heels. Taking the chin towards the chest. 2 more breaths. Whew, I can really feel all of that hard work there. Coming to sit onto your bottoms now. Just taking a couple of twists in seated. So have your feet to the left, your bottom to the right. Taking the twist to the left. So having hold of the outer left shin with the right hand, and have your left hand onto your left foot. Lift and lengthen in the spine, twisting over, round to the left, far left with your drishti. Squeeze and lift into the belly. 2 more breaths. Sorry about the noise outside, there's builders out there. Big breath in, using your hands to drop your hips to the right. So the feet are to the right, hips to the left. Holding onto the outer right shin, outer right foot. Lift and lengthen and twist. Looking to the far right. Then laying onto your tummies. Peel yourself down to the floor. Take your left hand out to the side and then rolling over to face towards the right. Bring your left knee up and your right foot back. Then reaching back, the hands towards each other. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2 more breaths. Release the hands. Extend the right arm, roll over onto it, that right arm. Bring the right knee up. It's like a recovery position with the legs. Bring the hands together, clasp the hands together behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the head onto the floor. 2 more breaths. And then release. Bring yourself, legs extended forwards. Bring the right foot in. Going to take a twist to the right. So a couple of options here, having the arm on the outside of the right leg, or you can bind the arm behind and around, looking over your right side. So if you can't reach, you can use a strap to hold onto behind the back. Marichiasana. C. So extending that left foot, keep that left leg nice and active, sitting tall, looking over to your far right with your drishti. Now if you can't bind the arms behind the back, have the right hand down and use the hand behind you to help you twist. So just a couple of variations there. Lift to center, bringing the left foot in. So it's about a hand's distance apart away from the right leg. Engage the right leg, flex the right foot. So have the left hand behind you, you can hook the arm over the left leg, or binding the arm behind and around. A little bit more challenging. So it depends if you have long arms. So twist, looking over to the far left, squeeze into the belly, engage that right leg. Don't let it relax, needs to be active. Squeeze, Uddiyana Bandha. And release the arms, give them a shake. Coming into Dandasana, have your strap ready if you need for Paschimottanasana, forward fold. But first, coming into Dandasana, staff pose. Squeeze into the thighs, lift there, flex the feet, take the chin towards the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lengthen the spine, straighten the spine. Mahabandha, all three bandhas, Jalandhara, Mula, Uddiyana Bandha, all together working. 3 more breaths. Imagine your back is straight up against the wall. Big breath in, reach up. Then tilting forwards, reach forwards, tilting from the hip creases and grabbing hold of what you can, whether it be ankle, shins, big toes. Take a breath in to lift and lengthen once more, then folding forwards over the legs. Really hinge from the hip creases, scoop the belly up. If you need to use that strap, use the strap. And if you want to extend beyond the feet, explore beyond the feet with your block. But really hinging from those hip creases, keeping the spine as long and straight as possible. So the belly would land on the thighs first, then the chest, and then the head. Let's hold another breath. Make them nice and long, steady and even. With every exhale, just releasing forwards over the legs a little bit more. On your next breath in, releasing the feet to block your strap, whatever you had hold of. Coming up nice and slowly. Taking the feet together, just in a little Baddha Konasana. Open the knees to the sides. Lift and lengthen. Bring your groin in as close to the heels as you can. Hinging from the hip creases, folding over the legs. Then opening the legs wide, but keeping one foot in and one leg out. We start to reach towards that left foot, opening up the chest to the side, sending the right arm alongside the right ear. If you need to use your block to rest your elbow onto the floor, you can take that to the inside leg so you can find something to press into. Or taking the elbow to the floor, reaching to the outside of the foot with the left hand. Keeping the chest open to the side, keeping that right arm alongside the ear if you can. 3 more breaths. Big inhale, coming up, switch sides. Left foot in, right leg out. Set yourself up with your props if you need to. Reaching over to the side, really twisting, opening. Three more breaths. Big breath into center. Slowly release. Really working into massaging all of the internal organs, waking everything up. Now your choice now is to take shoulder stand or a headstand. So rolling onto your backs, Very gently coming up into shoulder stand if that's what you choose. Or taking your headstand, taking it for 15 breaths inverted. If you don't want to do either of those, then lying on the back, extending the legs to the sky with the back on the floor. The Viparita Karani option. So take your headstand if that's what you choose. Setting yourselves up nice and carefully. Engaging those bandhas. Don't forget the bandhas when you're in your headstand or in your shoulder stand. So taking care. Nice fluid breaths in and out. If you're with the legs extended overhead with the back on the floor, press the backs of the arms to the earth. Squeeze into the legs, squeeze into the hips, into the thighs. Flex the feet down towards you, make it active. Hold it here for another 5 breaths if you're in headstand or in shoulder stand. If you are in your shoulder stand, then going over into a plow, so halasana, so dropping the legs behind you, feet to touch down. Keep the legs active. If you're in your headstand, bending into the knees, drawing the knees in towards the chest. Hold it here for a second or two if you can. Slowly coming out with control. Coming into Karnapidasana if you're in Halasana. So squeezing the knees either side of the ears. So I'm going to roll back down and join you in fish. So if you are in your Karnapidasana or you're still in your plow, extend the legs. Keep the legs nice and straight. Use your arms as brakes. So extend the arms, palms facing down, and slowly roll the spine down vertebra by vertebra. So now we are all in the same position. Legs extended to the sky, arms long onto the floor, palms down. Lower the legs with control. Use those core. Taking the hands underneath the buttocks, palms facing down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Elbows tucked close. Coming into fish pose. So counter pose. To shoulder stand, head stand. Dropping onto the crown of the head. Open up the chest. Deep breaths into the belly. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. A light touch with the back of the head. Don't over scrunch the back of the neck. So you want to create some space there, like you have a nice large grapefruit. If you want to come into Utthana Padasana, release the hands from under the buttocks, palms set together, reaching up to the sky, and lift the legs together to a 45-degree angle. Squeeze into Uddiyana Bandha Mudra Bandha. Nice and strong. 5 breaths. Slowly lowering the legs, bringing the elbows back down. Push into the elbows to lift the head. Look to the feet. And lower the back down. Take the arms wide away from the body. Separate the legs. Roll the head side to side. Coming back to center with the head. Closing the eyes. In Shavasana. If you need to take any movements now, whether it be hugging the knees into chest, if you need to hug the knees in, please go ahead. If you want to window wipe the legs from side to side, so bending the knees, feet down. If you feel that you want to come into Supine Bakkanasana, so bringing the soles of the feet together, open the knees wide. Do whatever works for you. This is your practice. No competition, no ego, no judgment. Be compassionate to yourself and listen to your body. Move in the way that works for you today. But finding a nice still position that you feel comfortable in. Closing the eyes. Softening the muscles and the skin of the face, unclenching the jaw. Feeling the volume of the tongue rest heavy in the mouth. Separating the teeth. Allowing the eyes to rest heavy in their sockets. Maybe feeling a very gentle smile in the corner of the lips. Uncreasing and unwrinkling, de-wrinkling the face, around the eyes, across the forehead, the brow, the space between the eyebrows. Let the face widen. Relaxing the muscles in the neck and shoulders, the arms, the forearms, the hands. Softening into the chest, into the belly, the abdomen, the upper back, the lower back, the hips and buttocks and pelvis, the buttocks, the thighs, the hamstrings, knees, shins and calves, ankles and feet. Scanning through the body and just checking in and seeing if you notice any space that still holds any tension. Send the breath there to soften and dissolve that tension away. Just allow the body to be heavy for a few more moments. Focusing on the breath, and send your focus and attention to a space, your anchor space. Just hold yourself there. Maybe with the third eye, noticing that sun, that beautiful sunrise. So picture that golden glow. Maybe feeling that light behind the eyelids. The sun vitalizing, refreshing, invigorating, and nourishing you. Feel your whole body glow with that energy. Just holding it here for another 3 breaths. Just gently letting the breath flow in and out without forcing. Just in and out. Slowly extending the legs long, bringing them together, reaching the arms overhead. Give yourself a stretch on the floor. Maybe take a few deep breaths in and out. Explore the space of your lungs. And then rolling over onto your right side, just curling up into a little ball, just for a brief moment. And then very slowly and gently coming up into your cross-legged seated position. Keeping the gaze low with the eyes closed. But restacking the spine nice and straight and tall. So shoulders over the hips, crown of the head over the center of the pelvis. Bring your hands together really consciously, touching every part of the fingertips, the fingers, the thumbs, parts of the palms of the hands, the heels of the hands, and bring those together to your heart center. Dropping your head down towards your heart, towards your fingertips. Just spending this moment to honor yourself, honor your practice, honor one another, Honor the sun and the universe for all its life and energy that it gives you. May you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. And I'll see you here again tomorrow, hopefully. Thank you. Well done.